Set this to my subs, though. What am I doing, man? This is all out for my subscribers, my channel members, for sure. This one is for you guys. Where do we go with that? There we go. There we go. Where is that? There we go. Can see that. Customize that. This one is going to be for my... Oh, did we do channel members? Open it up to all my subs, right? We'll do 4 weeks plus. Yes, 4 weeks. There you go. Sorry, guys. I got 5 screens going on here, man. There's nothing I can... I got a lot of screens up, guys. Hopefully that went for my subscribers and my channel members, man. If you're subbed 4 weeks plus, I'd love to have you up in the chat rocking out with the unit. Let me see if the audio is good on your playback too, guys. I got my playback in. Hey, the tube showing some ads. Go ahead and watch some ads whenever you get a chance to, guys. Throw BC a coffee. It's totally free. Just watch an ad or two. I appreciate it. Well, let me see if you guys got good playback. Hold on. Check. Yep, it's BC. Oh, I hear it. That sounds pretty good. Who's up in here, man? Giorgio. Anthony Bowley. Alicia. Elias. Cancel Seeker. David. Red Team. Go. Timel, Larry Alexander. We got a 2-spot super chat already. Angel Scratch Show. What up, dude? That's the way to start the party. Chucking a coffee at BC. Red Team, go. Says, hold on. The chat's going fast now. Hold on. Oh, I gave no minutes of notice, no seconds of notice, man. You guys caught this 100 people like that, man. That's what I love to see. No seconds of notice. I just go live now. This is funny to me. I'm just like, boo! PC's live. Angel Scratch Show, man. I appreciate the super, dude. Red Team, but Jane Donnelly picking off where we left off yesterday before Raw went live on Netflix. Jane Donnelly chucked a couple coffees. And Jane Donnelly right there with a... Hey, Jane, since you got a coffee up in there, man, let me match you. Salute, Jane. I saw that coffee super sticker. Jane Donnelly, appreciate ya. You know that, man. Jane Donnelly picking off right where we left off. I love that. A lot of you guys were here last night right before Raw went live. Joker 716, 2-spot coffee. B motherfucking C. Joker 716, I don't believe I've seen you in a minute, man. If that is the case, welcome back. If you've been here all along, I'm trying to pump upload after upload out to you guys, man. And all my free time, I try to give you guys content, man. Good to see you, Joker 716. Appreciate you and the coffee. Let me give you a proper salute. Just like Ray Hunt, who's 23 months of a member, 1 month away from the VIP Golden Coffee. Ray Hunt says, every time I blinked, there was another commercial break. Ray Hunt, what did I put in my headline? What is it? What I put? Raw on Netflix debut sets record for most... What I put? Most commercials in the history of historical history. What am I? Is that not the case? That's pretty much what it... Was that not the case? Hold on. Hold on. Can I get that? Oh, man. Hold on. I'm going to change that a little bit. There you go. No, I'm going to keep that part, though. The history of historical history. I just think that's funny. I love it. That's great. It's true, man. How many commercials did we catch last night? I couldn't believe it, man. Hunter said that we're going to have some last night, and then they're going to graduate to more as time goes on. As weeks and months go by, obviously, Netflix will add more. What the fuck does he... What is Hunter... Is he smoking some of Travis Scott shit? Because let me tell you guys, man, if that's how you're starting off, and that's not a lot to Hunter Hearst Helmsley, I don't want to see what a lot is. I've never seen that many commercials. That was just a 3-hour show, guys. It was 3 hours and 1 minute. I've seen 3-hour Raws before. I have never seen that many commercials. I've never seen that much filler. I've never had to take a half an hour to shout out every single celebrity, C, D, and E list celebrity, by the way. Tom Cruise wasn't there. There wasn't no Clooney. I didn't see Megan Fox. Macaulay Culkin and Topanga. I love that. My childhood in a nutshell. But I couldn't believe the... Yeah, guys, I couldn't believe the commercials. I mean, we were literally told they're going to start off with some, and they're going to gradually add more. I don't see how you could do more. Oh, man. Dante Jaron 23, 2-spot coffee. I didn't get that many commercials last night. Dante... Damn, bro. I don't know. Maybe you're on like the toppest tier package. Maybe Dante, what do you have? Yeah, Lloyd put it best. It was commercials with Ross sprinkled in. Dante Jaron 23. Maybe you have a package where they try not to. Maybe you got more filler backstage. No matter what, it was all filler, guys. Whether you got commercials or not, it was all filler. But I just got a lot of filler and commercials. Maybe just New York just got hit with a lot of trash. I don't know. I don't know what happened, man. And then you had, we'll talk about the commercials, obviously, guys. We'll talk everything, man. As long as the stream adds up, we had some inclement weather. We always have technical issues for some reason the last 3 months. But if this stays rocking and we stay live, I want to go over the full Netflix Raw debut review. I have 3 pages of notes. I got a lot to say. I got a fresh coffee. So I'm hoping that we can get all this in. If for any reason the stream ends off beforehand, you guys will get a pre-record. You'll get a pre-record. Let me take your playback out, because now I'm just hearing double the audio. If for any reason the audio tunes out, guys, just let me know. But I'm just going to have my playback in. But I'll do a pre-record if this goes, if this, for some reason, this live stream cuts off. But I want to do the whole Raw review right now live with you guys on 0 seconds of notice. So most of this will be the replay unit catching this within the next 24 to 48 hours. Replay unit, you know the drill. You still have to smash that up. You have to do your part to help the algorithm and keep BC live and on the platform, because the tube doesn't like a lot of the smaller ECW channels. We're a little controversial. We push the envelope a little bit. We talk about the discussions that not everybody wants to talk about. We don't sugarcoat. We don't bullshit. They don't like that. So what you guys can do to help out is help the algorithm keep us on the platform. Ray Hunt, 23 months. I appreciate 23 months. Colin, Triple H is like Tony, can't keep a spotlight off himself. If this was Vince pitchforks for the show. Oh, if it was VKM, this show would have already been trashed. Absolutely annihilated. But because it's Hunter, we're going to let it play out, obviously. But the Hunter started the show. I couldn't believe it. A big, huge curtain dropped like this was the second coming of Christ. I mean, it looked like, who could it be? And it's just Hunter. It's the CCO, the Chief Content Officer. And he's just like, are you ready? And I'm like, yes, Hunter, we're ready. We told you this last week, the month before. Every single time there's a new show, every time you ask us at a media scrum, every time you ask us at a kickoff, every single time you ask us, we're ready. And now I'm starting to double think myself, right? I'm starting to question myself, I should say. I'm starting to think, am I ready? So then I start thinking, is Hunter correct in asking all the time? Maybe Hunter's doing us a civil duty. Maybe he's doing us a service. Keep asking us, and maybe we're not ready. Maybe some days we wake up and we're just not ready. So maybe last night, the majority of us just shouted back, no! Imagine if we did that. That would show them. No, Hunter, we're not ready. What are you gonna do now? Right? We're not ready. Oh, shit. I have 3 hours of wrestling planned, and they're not even ready. What do I do now? That would really catch them off guard. Remember when he said his job is so difficult? Work is so hard, I can't do it, blah, blah, blah. Well, it'll get a lot harder if we ever respond, no, we're not ready. Just saying. Just saying, maybe I say no, we're not ready. So for those of you guys saying you didn't get a lot of commercial, what did you get? Because it was obviously filler. You didn't go to the ring at all. So were you just getting a fucking shit platoon full of backstage promos? Were you watching the NXT stars partying in the skybox like I also got 75 times? I don't understand. All I have to do is pay more than $10 on my account and then I'll get less commercials. I'll do that. But then I'm just getting filler, am I not? I was getting 8 commercials per break with the 15 subscription. And that's a lot, Giorgio. That's what I mean. I bet they don't want. I got backstage. I don't mind commercials. What we were all told by Hunter is that yes, you're gonna get them, even though it's a streaming service. You're gonna get them. Bills have to be paid. They're gonna try to make all that money back. Blah blah blah. And over time, they're gonna add even more. I don't like the fact that a lot of us were already getting a shit ton. That's not cool. If we got to go through 3 hours of that every single Monday, guys, I don't understand. They got to change that. And they're talking about adding more. But if we have to pay more money just to get less ads, what are we getting is what I'm asking. Did you guys just get more backstage promos? I'm going to go to the $6.99 subscription, give the rest of the $15 subscription to BC. I'll keep pounding those coffees and keep you amplified, Giorgio. I got a shit ton of ads, said Unknown. There was a bunch of commercials for me, said Flip Flip. I kept getting a black screen as it was going to commercials, said Stephanie. Dante said I kept getting backstage promos when you guys were getting commercials. So I don't know if it's worth paying the extra just to see freaking Tozawa cut a backstage promo. I don't know, man. That was rough. That was a lot, guys. That was a lot of filler and a lot of. I understand it's the first one, but whoa, dude. Like, I think there was only 4 matches in total, and nothing but it took a half an hour just to shout out D-list celebrities. We're gonna go over all this, man. I'm just trying to get caught up, guys. On just this is just a cold open. Just trying to get situated, kind of get a feel on everything, man. Let me tell you something, brother. Hulk Hogan was booed out of the building, but which was hilarious because that's only after Herd and Sheep mentality kicked in because he got a massive pop when the music hit. then once he started the promo, everybody was like, wait, should we be... Oh boy, I don't know if we should be doing this. Should we cheer this man? Which was funny though, because his beer was one of the most highly sought after things during and after the show. Like in search results, his beer was like, so people were definitely wanting to see what Hogan's beer is all about. Elias Diaz, Tupac Wolfie, first ever super chat on the channel. So we have a face rock now, Elias says. There was so much on this show, and you're going to get the most honest review that you could possibly get in this community. I assure you guys, man. There's no agenda. There's no narrative. There's nothing. I wanted this show to succeed big time. Did it in a few areas. Maybe. I got to look over my 3 pages of notes. But when I talk honesty, guys, I have it all laid out in these 3 pages. What in the world? It's like you would have to try hard to fuck this show up. You'd have to go into double time mode. You'd have to internally sabotage the show to make it bad. Or to just do some of the stuff that I was seeing. Now, I can't blame Hunter Helmsley for what The Rock did. Guys, Rock does his own thing and nobody can question him. That's the truth. And he's got his own team. His personal writer, Brian Gerwitz. So I'm not blaming Hunter for that. It's a team thing, though. Hunter has to get some of it. You just can't allow that to happen. Rock just showed up, and he was a spokesperson for Netflix, guys. He was literally just bumping out gate numbers. Of course you pulled the highest gate. You hiked up the prices 8 times what they were 6 years ago. Of course. It's LA. They knew they'd pay for it. And they were not a legit sellout, by the way, Michael Cole. Good try, though. It's like when they try to tell you 85,000 are at WrestleMania when it's like 71. Well, 14,000 is a big difference. But I couldn't believe... I couldn't believe the The Rock just going out, and then he's just shaking hands and hugging Cody Rhodes. In one swoop, The Rock buried his final boss character. And I'm like, why? Now, there's some people going, BC, I don't know. You saw the way he was acting. He could always change his mind, or this could be part of the story. Absolutely. The way he was looking at Roman Reigns, for instance, when he put his tribal Oompa Loompa on him. I get it. It could be. But that's not what you do. That's not how you would prolong this or progress this. What he did right there was he just came out straight face, recited a bunch of numbers to be a Netflix corporate spokesperson, basically, not just WWE. Shook hands with the dude. Cody Rhodes, could he look like more of an idiot? Cody Rhodes was out there shaking the hand of the dude that whooped his ass in front of Mama Rhodes. Beat him right. Did you see what he did in the parking lot a year ago? Did you see what The Rock did to Cody Rhodes? Okay, and talking about the mama and whipping him, and Cody is like smiling, like, oh, Rock wants to be friends again. Let's go outside and play in the snow. No, don't go out and play in the snow. It's The Rock. Look what he did. What's next? You're going to invite Mama Rhodes to play with you? Y'all make snow angels? How did you do that in one promo? I have no idea. We're going to talk about it. I assure you we're going to talk about it. Elias Diaz, appreciate that, man. First ever super. I lost my screen there for a second. Hold on. I hope I get it back. Are you guys still good, man? I lost my screen. Hopefully you guys are still rocking. I'm going to skip anything else in the cold. Let's just get right to the review, because everything I'm saying can right now be talked about in the actual show itself. Taz Devil with that one spot coffee. First ever super chat, by the way. Taz Devil, I appreciate you, man. I also have to give a shout out real quick. Mark Chisholm with a 5 spot. 20th super chat ever on the channel. 20 supers from Mark. Longest Seth Rollins entrance ever. Slaphead emoji. Let me wait on that, Mark. I got a lot to say about the Punk Rollins main event. So let me just salute, Mark. I'll give you that in the cold open. I appreciate you big time in the coffee. But I have a lot to say about that. When I say filler, it's the filler era, guys. It's the commercial era. It's the let's make bank era. Even at the fans, at the expense of the fans. I'll leave it at that, right? They don't care. They're just cashing in now, man. Every single penny. Did you guys see the canvas last night? It's a pretty cool looking canvas. If it was just gray or black, whatever it is, navy. But it was just covered in ads. I mean, you didn't know if you were catching UFC last night. Did it leave me wanting a Snickers? No. Was I going to switch over from my phone provider to Cricket Wireless? No. Did I need to be reminded for 3 hours I'm watching Netflix? No, I know. You didn't have to put that huge ad. And then the commercials on top. It was just a money-making machine explosion. And we are all pawns in the fucking game. We're all just dollar signs to this company. To Hunter Helmsley now. I couldn't believe it. Mark Chisholm. Rollins had a long entry. There's so many, man. These myths. 2 spot coffee. Also, much love, BC. Watching your channel for years. These myths. Salute. I love hearing that, man. Let me give you a proper salute. These myths. Appreciate the coffee and years of support. Here's to another many years and beyond. These myths. Appreciate you big time. Let's get into it, guys, because I want to. I got a lot to say. I got 3 pages of notes. No joke. Hold on, let me make sure I got all my supers caught up first, and then we'll see all. Is that what I wanted? Yeah. Oh, hold on, David Thring. David with a 5 spot coffee says, last night, BC, we saw corporate Dwayne Johnson, not the final boss Rock. Storyline needed oomph, and I was underwhelmed. Underwhelmed is a good word to use. Yeah, absolutely, corporate Rock. We should have known that, right? But I didn't think he was totally going to bury the final boss character. I thought he was going to, why would you have why do you need Cody out there? Even if Rock isn't going to be a part of Mania, whatever, he wants to be corporate Rock. Why would you do that with Cody, knowing what he did to Cody last year? It wouldn't make any sense. Like, even if you want to say let it play out, Rock could be playing everybody. It still makes Cody look like an absolute idiot. And that's what Hunter did last year with him. Cody Rhodes looked like a moron when he said, I don't want to take on Roman. I want Dwayne to take Roman on. And then a week later, he's like, I changed my mind. I want to take him on. Wow, did you make Cody look like an idiot? And that was Hunter. Hunter said it was his decision to have Cody win the Rumble, even though he knew Rock was going to the main event. You guys remember that. It was right on a documentary. One of you guys can put it in the chat. Hunter said that. It was his decision. He still win Cody. Well, then, why would you have him look like it? Even if Rock wanted to do that, you, as Hunter, you have to tell him, dude, I can't. That's the one thing I can't do. I can't have you compromise Cody's character because everybody is going to look at him like an idiot. This dude's out in the parking lot cheersing him, guys. Cody Rhodes got whooped in front of his mama by this dude, and he's cheersing him. But that's what Hunter does too. That's his booking. Gunther talks all this shit to Randy Orton about his family and how they're all failures. Randy Orton gets beat by Gunther, and Randy shakes his hand after the match. You're making these wrestlers look like idiots. Can we stop? Or maybe not. BC, you're nitpicking, man. That's negative thinking. Okay. I just want a better product that makes sense and makes the wrestlers look good. Well, what was I thinking? Negative, BC. These myths with a 5 spot, by the way. I missed this one. These myths says I didn't get any commercials. It could be because of my location. Usually streaming services need copyrights to show commercials on specific places. So there you go. I guess some of you guys did not get a lot of commercials. That is, but you must have just gotten filler then. That's not too much better. But at least you're getting like wrestlers on a wrestling show on your screen. We were not. I was getting freaking fruit roll-ups, and then I was getting fruit roll-ups on the night too with a Jey Uso. The way that he defeated Drew McIntyre is numbskull booking. Fruit roll-ups, I'm getting freaking frosted mini wheats. They're just trying to make us damn hungry. And then you see Travis Scott smoking his thing, so then you get even more starving. I get it. But it's just too much advertising, man, for a lot of us. I'm glad you guys didn't get a lot of it, though. I did, and a lot of my unit did. David, appreciate that super. And also these myths with the double super. Let me see what you guys are up there, man. I'm in the U.S. I don't know what's up. I got no commercials during the match. No, not during the matches. Oh, actually, I did get some during the matches too. But I'm saying I got 1,000 of them throughout the 3 hours. But actually, I did get them during the matches as well. I don't want this whole stream to be about how many commercials each one of us got. The point is, a lot of us got a lot. And if we have to pay more money for less commercials, maybe we'll do that. Maybe we'll give them more of our money. But the problem is we're still going to get filler. And that's the problem. So Edward says in London, barely got any commercials. I'll ask one more question about this. So in London, when you got basically no commercials, what were you getting when there was only 4 matches last night? Were you just getting NXT stars partying in the skybox? Because I also got that too. Were you getting Tozawa in a backstage interview? Chad Gable talking about how he wants a match next week and that's going to be Penta's debut? Like, that's what I'm asking. If you didn't get commercials, then you just got a lot of fluff backstage. So let me fill you guys in on what a lot of us got here in the States. Clearly not everybody, but I'm going to tell you what a lot of us, New York side anyway, we got the most commercials in the history of historical history. I can't explain to you how many commercials we got last night. I can't explain to you. We'd be here another 4 hours. Hassan, those are called promos, I think. Those are just promos. I'm trying to think back what we called them back. Remember when it was 2003, 2001, you had Raw versus SmackDown, the video game, and you could be in GM mode. And we used to be able to like plan out we would create our own card to try to compete with SmackDown or vice versa. And you could put in your own commercial breaks, or you could use that commercial break time because you could make more money to buy more contracts, more talent contracts, or you could spend that TV time by putting in a promo. So I would always try to bump up my character status by putting in promos. Anybody remember that? No? Yeah, not during. I'm not even just talking about during Nazir. I'm just talking about the whole 3 hours plus. But I'm glad that some of you guys did not. A lot of you guys didn't. But you still got fluff. There's no way out of that, man. You got 100 backstage interviews then, because there's no way you got more matches than I got. I got 4. I got Solo and Roman. I got Drew and Jey. I got Rhea and Liv, and I got Seth and CM. Unless you guys got a 5th match, tell me right now. Or did you just get another 40 minutes of D-list celebrities being shouted out? Thank you for 100 on the ups, by the way. 25 minutes in. I totally forgot to even mention that. You guys took care of business yourself. I appreciate that. Going live before noon on a Tuesday on 0 seconds of notice. That's ballsy, right? But fuck it. It's what we do. And most of you are going to catch us on the replay. Make sure you guys are doing your part. Smash that up. I appreciate your support, my replay unit as well. A lot of you guys don't even remember. That's how sad this is, man. I don't even know what happened last night, basically. I didn't go back and rethink any of it. The saddest part is the biggest talking point last night was Hulkamania getting booed. How sad is that? That's the number one trended thing. Do you know the second, guys? A rapper smoking a jib on the actual show. A rapper smoking and Hulk Hogan at 60 some odd, 70 some odd years old, whatever he is. That's your 2 biggest talking points. Now do you guys finally realize this isn't BC nitpicking or being negative? Can you just realize now that it's just BC being honest and not bullshitting his audience? That's what I've been trying to tell you guys. Nobody's going. Do you guys know how much of last night's show? This was a monumental show in advertising it anyway, right? Promotionally, marketing wise, monumental. We should be talking about going back and catching a lot of what happened last night because so many moments. Do you guys know right now? I'm going to ask you in the chat. Do you know how much of this show I'm going to go back and watch? Honest question. Think about everything that happened last night. I know that's going to be kind of painful for a lot of you and for a lot of it because you don't want to do it. Do you know how much of this show I am going to go back and watch? Couple of segments, 3 or 4 maybe, right? Is that what you're thinking? Yeah, you're right. Giorgio and Mike and Armac and War Dog and James Shrimp Fajitas and David and Alicia and JJ and Unknown. I'm going to watch none of this again. What would I need to watch? The 2 biggest talking points. Is that when I'm going to go back and watch Hulk Hogan get booed? Am I going to go watch Travis Scott smoke? Look, guys, it's like the Attitude Era. I told you Hunter was going to cook. See what they did? It's edgy now. It's the equivalent to Stone Cold with the beer back in the day. Rock's in the parking lot with tequila. Travis Scott is smoking. It's a party. No, I'm not going to go back and watch any of this. What did they do last night? How did you drop the ball? I understand a lot of this was for the corporate, man. There's a lot of Netflix executives and try to get some casual nostalgia, Undertaker, Hulk Hogan. I love that shit. I love the nostalgia. I popped when Hogan came out. That was one of the only times I pumped up the volume a little. Blast, Real American. Love that theme song. Undertaker's coming out on his bike. I'm like, let's go. I love the nostalgia. But fuck. Nothing mattered last night. Rhea got the championship. Half the crowd wanted Liv. The main event, most of that match, everybody was sitting on their thumbs silent, like they got held in captivity. The final 3 minutes, you started hearing, this is awesome. 12 dudes were screaming out. Wait, that had a little too many. They're screaming out, fight forever. I'm like, dude, Punk and Rollins was not fight forever status. Stop. Most of that match, they were silent. Maybe they were burnt out from an hour and 20 minutes of celebrity shout-outs. BC's rolling, bro. We're amped up for this review, and I haven't even begun. That was the best part, Unknown. Eric Matthews and Topanga. And also the kid from Home Alone, Macaulay Culkin, Kevin McAllister. Look what you did, you little jerk. All right, let's get into it. What do you say? Oh, hold on, I got some supers, man. We ain't doing nothing until I give my shout-outs. That's right, my celebrity shout-outs. But where did I leave off? Oh, man. Is it going to give me all of them? Hold on, guys. I got to get my supers, and then we'll start this off, I assure you. All right, it wants to be a little... All right, so we'll do it this way then. Either way, my supers are going to be acknowledged. What in the world? Come on, man. Hold on, man. I got the supers here, guys. Mark, 10 spot. I don't know what's going on with my screen. Maybe we're too amplified. Mark, I paid for the premium plan with no ads. I was getting them constantly. Every match cut to commercials mid-match. U.S. account. This show was geared to casuals who don't watch week to week. Yeah, there was no storyline progression at all. So that's definitely true, Mark. And Mark says he paid for the premium plan with no ads, and he was getting them constantly, guys. So he was constantly getting ads even though he had the highest tiered plan. So thank you, Mark, for that confirmation. Because I knew it wasn't just BC and just some of us in the chat, man. Appreciate you, Mark. Also, Anthony Bowley, 5-spot coffee. Appreciate you, Anthony. You know that, man. You got the golden coffee. I see that. Down here in Georgia, we had so many damn commercials. It killed the Raw experience for me. The one time I did decide to watch. Anthony, I couldn't believe it, man. I really couldn't. I just don't want to speak in circles, but I was really shocked halfway in that I have seen more commercials than at any point in Raw history. And we still had half a show to go at that point. Anthony Bowley, salute. Adam Casper, 5-spot coffee, says happy Tuesday, BC. Last night's Raw was okay. It definitely did not have a fear of missing out factor. Yeah, there was no fear of missing out here. No FOMO. You missed nothing if you did not catch this show. I like the some of the different looks. I love the feel, knowing that there's celebrities there. Whenever, okay, gives a little bit more of a better feel maybe to it. We did not have to announce every single D-list celebrity. And it got awkward. You guys saw Michael Che from Saturday Night Live. They stayed on him for like a full minute. The dude was so uncomfortable. He's asking his family, like, are they gonna, what's going on? Like, are they going to cut away? He didn't know. They just were glued on this poor guy. Happy Tuesday back to you too, Adam. Yeah, no fear of missing out at all. I appreciate the coffee and you, dude. So I want to get into... Oh, do I got that? See all. I want to get into the actual review if you guys don't mind. Just want to make sure I got everybody there. If I missed any supers, guys, I'll go back and check them. If I can't get to them right now, I will absolutely highlight them in my very next upload. So no matter what, you will get the proper shout out. I will always make sure that's the case. I try to get to every single one of you guys live, though, because that's what this is all about, man. It's a thank you back to my unit, subscribers, and especially channel members. Hassan, bro, they announced Whale as a celeb. I don't even know what a whale is, Hassan, and that's no disrespect. I don't know what a whale is, other than, like, Shamu. I went and saw Shamu when I was younger, but that was not who they had out there. When they said Whale, I was like, nah, Shamu's done, bro, unfortunately. Years ago, he passed. So I don't know what a... All right, here we go, man. Let me get a swig of coffee. Netflix debut, Monday Night Raw. We started off. You guys know how we started this show? Do you know the one individual who had to put the spotlight right on him for the first 10 minutes? A 3.5-minute promo going over the last however long, many years of Raw. Anybody else could have narrated this. But this dude took hours out of his time, because that's how long it takes to do something like that. Hours out of his time And he doesn't even have the voice for narration, man. Let CM Punk do that. Let LA, let Cody do it. And then he starts with a giant curtain around him like it's this big rock band. You ever go to a concert and the big curtain drops and the rock band starts performing? You guys know who started this show? It was Red Team Go. No, we didn't start the show. Nandu, hopefully I'm saying that correctly. Red Team Go. I was there live. First ever super chat by Nandu. Mandu. I hope I'm saying that right because that's a pretty cool thing to say. Mandu. Appreciate you, bro. It was Hunter Hearst Helmsley, a man of 3 H's and 1 huge schnoz. But no, we're having fun. Relax. But it was Paul Levesque McMahon, Hunter Hearst Helmsley starting the show. A giant curtain drops. I mean, you're like, whoa, how are we starting this? It's Hunter. But who's behind the curtain? Hunter wouldn't even have an ego that big, right? Like, put a giant curtain around me and let it drop. And it's going to reveal me, Triple H. Dude, we see you all the time going, are you ready? You forget you're on everything. You're the face of the company, bro. It was Hunter Helmsley. The curtain dropped. Oh, shit. BC needs another swig. I can't believe I'm saying this. Don't laugh in the chat. You're going to keep BC cracking up, man. You're enabling this laughter. So the curtain drops and Hunter's just standing there like he's got a big main event match later. And he's just trying to hype up Netflix Raw. And he's like, you guys are the new generation. This is the era of Netflix. And then he's like, I know I've asked this in the past. And I'm like, yeah, bro, like 8,400,600,415 times. But who's counting? But I'm going to ask it again, he says. Are you ready? If BC was there, I would have literally just been like, you know what? No, I'm not ready. Caught you off guard, didn't I? What are you going to do now, buddy? I'm not ready. But everybody's like, yeah, Triple H. So he started, guys, 10 minutes. I'm not even joking. 10 minutes into this show, it's just Hunter. Hunter's 3.5 minute video narration package. 7 minutes of Hunter's big reveal and Hunter going, are you ready? I mean, he wanted Netflix executives. He wanted you, the consumer, to know that he might not be able to wrestle anymore, but damn it, he's the face of this company. Oh, it was nauseating. And then you go into The Rock comes out. Okay, did I even hit that? Guys, I didn't even go to my notes on any of that. Did I hit everything there? I think I did. If you smell, The Rock comes out next. If Rock was supposed to beat Jey with that 5-spot coffee, I guess we will never get Rock versus Roman. And if we do in the future, it won't have the same impact because of last night. It's not going to have the same impact because of what happened last year and everybody wanting Cody to finish the story. Guess what happened? Simultaneously, Rock and Roman will never be the same. That was the year to do it, man. And unfortunately, everybody was just like, Cody needs to finish. Well, there you go. You had a year of Cody being champion and nothing memorable. Congratulations. So Rock comes out. Now, if there was any... Oh, but by the way, Jay, good to see you up in here, man. I appreciate that coffee. If there was any... Or if he was supposed to be a heel at all, I guess that's what I was trying to say. Any inkling that Rock is a heel, right? You got to show that from the jump. If he was supposed to be a heel, nobody got the memo. Nobody got the memo because The Rock came out and he was just right from the jump. He was a different version of corporate Rock. He was out there. Guys, this is no lie. If you didn't catch this, if you didn't catch the show, this is what happened. Rock immediately started just chucking off gate numbers. Like, you have officially just set a new record for highest gate. Of course, you jacked the prices up 8 times than what they were 6 years ago, and fucking people paid for it. They laid down their credit card. Most of that crowd just went into debt. So yeah, you keep popping off record gate numbers. Eventually, those credit cards are going to have to stop payment because what happens is it builds interest. These people are going to go into debt going to these shows, and then who's going to come out? If you're not garnering a new audience. So Rock is out there popping off gate numbers. What the fuck happened to the final boss? The final boss. They go out just because the crowd is cheering you now because they haven't seen you in a minute. It's your job now to tell them to fuck off. He's shouting gate numbers. He's thanking Netflix executives. Guys, this is actually happening on our TVs. Goofy Netflix executives, you can tell they never watched wrestling, or the last time they did was back in 1985. They're expecting Hulk Hogan to literally come down and have a match with Randy Savage. They think Randy Savage is still pristine and snapping Slim Jims. Much love to you, big dude. Way up high. Oh, yeah, the Macho Man. I'll still take you, Hulk Hogan. You ain't got nothing on me, man. Elizabeth, you go over there. Mean Gene, I'm going to take care of Hogan. Yeah, I'm going to take care of Hogan. I mean, these Netflix they got their little championship belts. They're waving them like, yeah, we're wrestling. Much respect to them. I mean, they gave it an attaboy. They gave it the old college try. They're not wrestling fans. So The Rock is shouting them out. And then The Rock, this actually happened. I can't believe I'm saying this. So then he turns to the crowd and he goes, and I want to thank Cody Rhodes. I want to thank Cody Rhodes. And Cody's there with a goofy ass smile. The Rock just whooped your ass in the parking lot to a pulp. Beat you up in front of your Mama Rhodes. And you're smiling because Rock wants to be friends again. Later, he's actually shaking his hand and toasting him with some tequila. And he just says, and tell Mama Rhodes I said hi, or something like that. Something stupid. I didn't even put it in my notes. It wasn't worthy. Because I'm like, something's going to he's going to go over there and smack the taste out of Cody's mouth, right? No. Guys, that's how it, right? Unless I missed, that's how it ended, right? What do my notes say? He says, I'll be watching Roman and Solo's match very closely and intently. And that was it. The segment ended. We just got a total babyface Rock when he put all that work into Final Boss. So even if you say this could all just be storyline, BC, Rock just doesn't know exactly his plan, so he's keeping it kind of tweener. You still just buried the Final Boss. You have to continue a character like that because it has to just be in you. It's got to be you. You can't just put it on the shelf to become corporate. And Cody, even if Rock is playing a character and he's stringing everybody along, right? Why are you making Cody look like an absolute fucking dipshit? Why is Cody sitting there with a grin, shaking his hand and smashing a toast to him? Guys, was anybody else in real time? And it's okay if not. If you were just loving it, that's cool too. But was anybody in real time questioning this? Like, wait, why is Rock babyface? Why is he so corporate right now? I understand you're trying to appease Netflix, but why is he just talking about numbers? He's like a corporate shill at that point. And then why is he and Cody now best friends? Was anybody else in real time going, this doesn't make sense? Oh boy, BC's probably going to call this out with the quickness and with the most amplification. Flip. Yes. Mr. Big. Robert. I was confused. Mike the Ninja. Disappointed 187. It was all confusing, JJ. I was yelling, what the fuck is this, unknowns? Was expecting more. Adam. Underwhelmed, David. No storyline progression, Lloyd. There was so much. Lloyd, I think that's the best way to put this. There was so much we were looking forward to. This was the start of WrestleMania season, I truly felt last night. And there was so much story that revolved around Rock. Even if the dude doesn't wrestle, there's so much story that we thought was going to catapult from last night. And we got nothing. We got a dude shouting out numbers, and him in one of his storylines with Cody, they're best friends now. Cheersing tequila in the parking lot. Yeah, fans, underwhelmed is actually a good word to use. Fans were like, wait, what? How is that fun? How does that progress anything? How does that make Cody look good? Guys, I didn't know. The first half an hour was so rough. And again, I was one of the individuals with a lot of you guys that was getting a ton of commercials. It's good to hear some of you guys did not. Filler and commercials already in the first half an hour. And when I wasn't, it was just Hunter doing a big reveal of himself. Oh, that ego. I don't know what's bigger, the nose, the ego, who knows? Who knows? There you go. I just answered myself. I got you, BC. And then you got The Rock just shilling to I don't know who, WWE, Netflix, everybody. And Cody goofily accepting his little friend request. So I don't know what else I can say about the first half an hour. I had a lot of, I'm not saying my hopes were high or my expectations were too high, but I'd be lying if I said I didn't have some expectations that were heightened from my normal bar. And my bar, I understand, is higher than others because I expect, or would hope anyway, the best out of this product every single show and out of this company. So I raised my bar more so. But my expectations last night were a little more heightened from even that. And to say I was let down would be an understatement. And that's the first half an hour. Then we went into the first matchup of the night. And what I will say positively too, guys, is I love the microphones that they had. There was this new like rounded Netflix WWE Raw type thing on the mic. I love that covering. The Rock is still larger than life. He just is. And that's why I was really looking forward to what stories were going to be told last night from The Rock. And we got no stories told at all. So that definitely sucked. First matchup of the night was Roman Reigns, Solo Sikoa, Tribal Warfare. I think it's called. What is it? Tribal. You could have put it's the equivalent to putting them in a McDonald's playpen with all those little silly, goofy, colorful balls. There was no war here. Just call this a McDonald's playpen match. There was nothing war here. Now, I love the fact that it was overbooked at the finish. I just would have liked it to have made sense. So let me explain. So first and foremost, referees in this first match, it's clear their new outfit, right? They have these little new fancy navy or even gray polos. Navy, dark navy. We'll just call it gray. Black stripes with a WWE logo. Very fancy polos. So I'm digging them. I will say this. They are out there, these referees. They're out there now looking like Best Buy associates, right? I mean, with these new polos, they look like they're about to hawk some cell phones onto you guys. Just saying, man. It looks like they're going to be on the corner of Fifth trying to sell you a cell phone. But I dig them. They're pretty sleek. The first sign that we are not on Fox or cable anymore actually came pretty quickly. A fuck you Solo chant. And they didn't mute it out, and Michael Cole made it a point to not say a word during it, so everybody knows they allowed it. At least for one night, they allowed fuck you Solo. So that was like, hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. Skies were opening up. I'll take it, man. Raw's been so bad for nearly 15 years, starting with Vincent Kennedy and continuing with Hunter Hearst Helmsley, that I was taking the little victories last night. Don't mute. That stuff takes me right away from anything, dude. Stop muting shit. So I loved it. I'm thanking everybody. I'm like, thank you, Hunter. Thank you, Ari Emanuel. Thank you, Netflix executives. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Small victories, man. Baby steps. They allowed the fuck you Solo chant. Then, advertisements. I do have to mention this again. Advertisements engulf the ring. If you didn't see the show, it's like a nice gray, blackish like canvas. I'll call it gray. And that's so the advertisements can pop off. And there was advertisements. Hulk Hogan's new All-American beer, Cricket Wireless, Netflix is plastered. What else was on there? Snickers right at the top. I mean, it was just advertisements all over the place, man. Yeah, man. On one hand, I want to say it didn't take away too much. On the other hand, Vince would have never done this. I hope you guys know that. Vince, everybody says about how he was a penny pincher. He would take every penny. That's actually not the case, first of all. Otherwise, he would have taken his product out of the States way more often. Hunter tells this story all the time. There's been many opportunities where he'd take this out of the States and he would have made a lot more money. He didn't want to do that. And there was so many opportunities to put advertisements on the ring. Vince said, absolutely not. He would not let anything taint his ring. Once in a blue moon, he would allow it. But he would never have 6 freaking advertisements on his ring. And that shows you how this is definitely a new WWE in many ways. Because now they're going after every penny. They don't care if it looks silly. They don't care if it kind of takes you away from shit. And it's not even Hunter's fault, I want you guys to know, man. This is an Endeavor decision. Does Hunter have some say? Like, dude, there's no way I can produce a product with all these advertisements. Maybe. But you can't even blame Hunter for this. This is everybody trying to make that buck. They're cashing in on everything that Vince built for over 40 years. And that's why you're seeing a lot more shows out of the States now, more money to be made. You're starting to see all these advertisements plastered onto the canvas. But just know, Vince would never do that, guys. Vince didn't, and he said why many times. He didn't want his product tainted. That was the word he would always use, tainted. He always felt that too many advertisements on his logo and on his show, tainted. So it sucks that they immediately just went to like, all right, now let's start making that money. Let's start making that bank. Even if it looks ugly. But I like the canvas with all that, without all the advertisements. I actually love the canvas. No, Malachi. No. You can't blame H for advertisements. No, that's definitely from Endeavor. So that's, I do want to, that's what I mean. When I say I am fair, I'm fair. I'm just not out to just rip H every time he puts out a bad product. If something is literally not Triple H's fault, it's not, and you can't blame him for it. Simple as that. This is not his fault. This is Endeavor cashing in. Netflix is cashing in. You're going to see more and more commercials, more than you've ever seen. Even if you're not getting commercials yet, you're going to. Trust me, I don't care what tier you have. Advertisements, you think that was a lot last night? 6 on the ring canvas? You're going to get more somehow. So anyway, the match itself. All right, I'm just trying to give you guys a look and feel of the show going into this first matchup. Fortnite was another one too. Fortnite. I mean, there's just so many. These were all the ones just on the ring canvas. So Tonga and Fatu interfere. Sami Zayn and Jimmy Uso even up the odds. Roman hits a spear, but he had to wait for a second official because the original ref, Chad Patton, was taken out by the heels. So Roman had to wait for the second official. Solo ends up kicking out. Kevin Owens gets involved into this match. Stunners Roman Reigns. Solo for the pin, but Roman kicks out. Cody Rhodes then comes to the ring, chases off Kevin Owens, and they brawl as they chase one another out of the arena, I guess, right? They fight through the crowd, and now they're out of the way. That was all very odd. As I put it in my notes, like Hunter just threw a completely different feud into a totally different story. Now, I know, guys, I was born at night, but not last night. You could easily say, well, it makes sense because Owens has history with Roman and doesn't like him and all of that stuff. By that logic, when Hulk Hogan came out, Macho Man would have dive-bombed from the great graces up high. He would have came back to take out Hulk Hogan. Of course Owens had history with... Most individuals did over the last 3 years. This was a different storyline last night. What the hell is Cody and Owens fighting during a solo Roman match? And I'm going to give you the answer, guys. You can try to come up with a million reasons, say it makes sense. No, this came down to one thing. Hunter S. Helmsley just wanted to somehow get Cody and Owens on the show. Rock saying let's be friends again was not going to be enough. So he decided, let's just put this feud and put it inside of the Roman solo match. If it makes sense for you, cool. It was totally misplaced for BC, and I know I'm not alone on that. It was weird, man. It was like Hunter threw a completely different feud into a totally different story and said, let's hope nobody notices. Roman hits another spear, and this time pins Solo Sikoa. Again, this didn't totally make sense, but I love overbooking because it shows that you care. You guys know if you follow the channel for any length of time, I love overbooking. I know it's a lot of moving parts and it's a lot to follow, and sometimes it seems like it's too much, but it shows that writers got together and people cared about the finish. I love it when it's overbooked. I just wish it did make a little bit more sense than, well, Kevin has history with Roman. So he goes out there during tribal playpin warfare, McDonald's matchup. Come on, man. Make it make sense a little bit. But I love overbooking. I love the two officials. You know, everybody's getting involved. Tonga definitely has business being out there. Jimmy Uso, Samuel Zayn. I love the overbooking of this. I do. Kevin Owens and Cody Rhodes made it a little stupid. But what are you going to do? And then Rock comes out post-match. The Rock. The Rock comes out post-match and places the tribal Oompa Loompa around Roman's neck. There is a brief stare-off between the two, but ultimately they lock hands in a show of mutual respect. And Roman celebrates with Rock and Paul Heyman looking on. Hour 1 is in the books. I'm going to tell you what I was thinking when Rock was in that ring with Roman post-match. I was thinking, this may be a hot take. This may make BC seem or sound evil. But I was thinking it was perfect timing for The Rock to take out Roman, to rock bottom Roman Reigns. Is that evil? I don't give a shit. I was like, dude, there's no better time. Look at the way he's looking at it. Boom! That's how you end the segment in the match. The Rock took out Roman. Now we have something to even if Rock's not going to wrestle Mania, just give us a cliffhanger in case Rock changes his mind. Who knows? You already shook hands and cheers with Cody. Don't shake hands and have a love fest with Roman too. I was thinking, dude, that's the time. Rock, get him. All the little fun stuff around. Hit him with a kendo stick. Top of a trash can. What else is around the wrestling ring? Fucking, they always have thumbtacks. Hit him with a bag of thumbtacks. I don't know, man. It's a McDonald's playpen match. Hit him with one of those colorful balls. Do something. They shook hands and we ended the segment. Underwhelming. It's a good word you guys were using. It's like, so now we're an hour into the event. Guys, an hour is gone and it's like, okay, nothing really over the top here. Nothing we have to go back and watch. There's nothing of like great interest that I can speak about in the review when I cut this for you guys like I am right now. So at this point, I'm thinking, okay, they're saving everything for hour 2 and hour 3. Okay. We go to hour 2. Jonathan Cena starts hour 2. Also, too, shout out over to Godswilla, 24 months of channel membership. He just earned his golden coffee VIP card, man. I love it. Looks great after your name, dude. I found it really dumb that The Rock shook hands with Cody and Roman, like either have him attack Rhodes, or Roman and build a Mania match, shake my head, or at least leave the door open to do such, Godswilla. That's what you have to do, plant seeds. But you can't just become friends with everybody last night. And then the fans are just supposed to go, maybe it's all part of a storyline. Because no, that's burying the tribal, the final boss character is never going to be the same now after seeing that. Cody looked like an absolute moron again. And Roman just gets his tribal Oompa Loompa and he walks off for another 3 weeks because he already said he's not coming back to the end of the month, the 27th. He said that on last night's show. Big Nang with a $5 coffee. I'll get to hour 2 starting with John Cena in 1 minute, guys. I got to give a shout out to my channel members and super chatters, man. Big Nang says last night's Raw was like watching a 2-hour Raw with 0.75 speed. Stalling after commercials, after filler, after stalling, after commercials, after filler. Shake my head. Big Nang, I was about to say I'm glad you experienced the same commercial load and filler that I did, but I'm not happy about that. I wish you didn't. I wish you were the ones that were telling me you didn't experience that. But Big Nang, halfway through this event, I was like, are they serious with this many ads and this many commercials? Like, you cannot suck every penny out of your audience in the very first night, dude. It's going to get old. Drag it out a little bit. Big Nang! Big Nang, I got to give you a proper salute. Give me a second, bro. Q Machiavelli with a 2-spot. BC might need some of Travis Scott's Sage. Q Machiavelli, I can't do it anymore. It got so good, man. My amplification got heightened. I haven't done that in years, man. I can't do that anymore, unfortunately. I was a little jelly of Travis there, man. I still couldn't believe that was on my screen. That's another story. I'll get to that in a minute. And I got Jey, I believe, right? We'll never get the Rock Roman. If we do in the future, it won't have the same impact of the last night. Yeah, I did get that one for sure. So Q Machiavelli and Big Nang. And 24-month membership, Godswilla. And one more before I'll do a quadruple salute here. And Dino with a 5-spot coffee. Super chat. Dino says, what up, BC? Been gone for a while, but I always watch. Seems I got a shadow banned on main account by YouTube. Is there any chance Cena wins the Rumble? Yeah, Tube is always screwing with the channel. Tube, we're too amplified for this platform. But thanks to people like you, Dino, even if you're gone for a while, you come back, you support, and you make sure that they ain't getting rid of the channel, brah. We staying right here. We staying amplified. So, Dino, even though you've been gone for a while, I appreciate you big time, dude. And yes, there is a chance, and I'm saying it happens. It has to happen. Dino, if I'm booking, I know this is a hot take because he's older now and he's part-time, and I'm going to get a lot of heat for this, and that's okay. John Cena wins the Rumble and wins the most championship record ever over Ric Flair. I said it, dog. Bring the heat. Bring the heat. I grew up in projects, bro. Come on, bring the heat. I can take it. I said it. John Cena wins the Rumble, and then John Cena wins WrestleMania over Gunther, not CM Punk. Sorry, not sorry. Have Punk take on Cody if it ain't going to be Randy Orton. Take that title. But, dude, I got Jonathan Cena taking it all. Getting that record. You get him, boy. Get him, boy. Get him, boy. I said it, guys. I just pissed a lot of people off. No, BC, not Cena. So let me talk about it. That was a quad salute there, by the way. Appreciate you guys big time, man. And Giorgio, before I get into this, Giorgio 2-spot. Thanks, BC, for keeping us entertained. Cheers. Coffee and amplification. Giorgio, I appreciate you, man. Always good seeing you, Giorgio. I know for a little bit you were kind of, I don't know if you followed Veer trying to find Raw, but I know as of late, Giorgio's been a big part of the unit. So, Giorgio, I want to give you a special thanks, dude. Appreciate the coffee, and I'm glad that I can entertain you, because these shows, I don't know, Giorgio. Oh, man, let's get into it, Giorgio. Let's talk about it. Dino, you want to know my thoughts on it? Jonathan Cena starts hour 2. He talks about all of the chatter about who he should face at Mania and how everybody wants him to become the record-breaking 17-time champion. I'm glad he mentioned it because he does know about it. He does hear it, and he knows that it has to happen. He says, right, the crowd starts chanting, "You deserve it." This is the one time where I was like, yes, chant it. Chant it. I'm not, if you're new to the channel, I'm not even a Cena fan, guys. I'm not. Maybe I'm becoming one during his last year. Maybe that's what's happening. I've never been a Cena fan. I felt he clogged the highway and blocked many faces that could have came up. I felt there were several times that he did bury individuals. But I've learned to appreciate this dude a lot more. And this just has to happen. This year is the year of Cena. And I'll explain exactly why if you're new to the channel in a minute. But I was like, yes, keep chanting. You deserve it, man. Let him know he has to win this Rumble. He has to win the championship, or at bare minimum, Elimination Chamber. But he then says, Cena says, and I quote, "Unfortunately, it's just never going to happen." He says it's never going to happen. Because it's WWE, he'll take the never word out. You're not supposed to say never. But he said it would take a miracle because he would have to go to the Royal Rumble, win the Rumble, and then go on the... And then he stops and he's like, wait a second. If I go into the Rumble, who says I don't have a shot at winning that? And then I could go to WrestleMania and then he's like, that light bulb went off, the epiphany, right? And he's like, I'm going to the Royal Rumble. I'm going to win the Royal Rumble and I'm becoming 17-time champion. And I was like, it was like one of those movies like Rudy, you know? It's the climax of the movie. 2 hours into the thing, you're jumping out of the theater chair. Yeah, get him, Rudy. John Cena's realizing that he's not done yet. And for anybody out there, and these words have to remain so true, listen to these words vividly. If you believe he's got to just pass the torch to younger wrestlers and lose all the time this year, we tried that. It doesn't work. He did it for Austin Theory at Mania. It led to nothing. Theory is a goofball with Grayson Waller right now, chilling around palm trees. And I love palm trees, but it's goofy. That win over Cena at Mania did nothing. Hunter doesn't know how to book Austin Theory or anybody, but let's just stick with Theory. Then Cena did the ultimate job to solo Sikoa in Saudi Arabia. Not just lost, but got annihilated. Does anybody remember what John Cena did for Solo? The ultimate deed. And when Cena left the next day, Hunter said, now you're going to go on a 41 match losing streak. Everything Cena did for Solo, Hunter Hearst Helmsley immediately nullified it with a 41 match losing streak. So no, I am done. I said I am fucking done seeing Cena on his back looking up at the lights in a loss. I want to see, I can't believe I'm saying this, but I'm going to say it anyway. Oh, this will bring the heat. I want to see some Super Cena in this last year. I want to see Stella get her groove back. I want to see Cena tap in to what made him special. This year, make him see ya. Get that 17th championship. I love Ric Flair. It's time. It's time. And if this is the last opportunity to do it, it's got to be now. His time is now. That's it. That's it. And if you feel differently, respect, salute. I hear you. I've never been a Cena fan. I understand right now if you heard every one of my words and you're like, I love you, BC, but no, I can't get behind that. Cool. Salute. I hope you're at least happy for all of us if it does happen. The ones that do want to see that. Would they even do that, guys? Right now, we're chucking miracles at the wall and hoping that one of them sticks. Because they're talking about silly matches like Gunther versus Seth Rollins at Mania. How much fun is it going to be if Seth Rollins and Becky Lynch's heels defeats Gunther at WrestleMania? Much love to Seth Rollins, by the way. But I mean, if he does go to Mania, especially in a main event, stay out of Becky's closet. So, Cena probably had the moment of the night, guys. I'll say that absolutely. Cena had the moment of the night for sure. Marie, we ain't playing in that chat. Marie, you know we ain't playing. Marie's been here for a while. Marie knows what's up. Marie, what tier are you on membership, Marie? Oh, Marie's not a channel member. Marie, how are you not a channel member yet? Well, listen, bills are I totally understand. What am I saying, right? Bills are You're like, yeah, BC, I'm trying to eat, motherfucker. I'll chuck you a coffee whenever I can, but I gotta eat, BC. I got electricity to pay. Much love, I know. Yeah, you know, man. Strict Tango, BC missed my super Strict Tango. I'm going to get all supers, whether it's in this live stream or the next upload, Strict Tango. All apologies, man. I'm having a little bit of trouble with my screen, too, so that's not helping at all. But Strict Tango, if I did miss that super, let me try real quick, actually, before I go into this next segment, which you're not going to believe what they did next for the next 10 minutes of this show. Actually, by now, you should probably not be shocked. I got you, Strict Tango. Coffee from Strict Tango in a super chat says, hello, BC. Been a minute. Thoughts on Monet versus Mina's bout? Strict Tango, welcome back. Always good to see you, man. I always tell you guys, even if you go away for a little bit, wrestling you kind of phased out a little bit. It's not as fun and as exciting as it used to be. Stop by the channel and still say what's up to BC. I love seeing you guys, man. I always remember you guys as long as you're respectful and always showed that support, man. You're always welcomed back. Strict Tango, man. My thoughts is Monet is doing her thing. I love the way she's being booked in terms of championships and W's. Now what Tony Khan needs to do is book her with storylines we care about. That's where she is lacking. So there's a lot that they have to do with Mercedes. Unfortunately. It's unfortunate. But I always put her up on a pedestal. She's one of the best female wrestlers on the planet. But War Dog, you know it, bro. We amped up because it's Cena's time right now. I don't want any bullshit matches at Mania, and I feel like we're going to have a lot of them. Seth Rollins versus Gunther is being talked about. Stop, man. Come on, Hunter. Stop, dude. So we then had 10 minutes, this is no joke, guys, of celebrity shout-outs. And also, no joke, Macaulay Culkin had one of the biggest pops of the night. The kid who played Kevin McAllister on Home Alone. He had one of the biggest pops of the night. It was wild, dude. Daniel Fishel was there, who played Topanga on a little show called Boy Meets World back in the day, back in the late 90s. She played Topanga. And the person in the show who was her boyfriend, his brother on the show, Will Fidel, I believe his name is, he was also there in attendance with Danielle. So I saw Macaulay Culkin, I saw Kevin McAllister, Topanga, Eric, Fina. If you know, you know, if you've ever seen a show called Boy Meets World. But it was basically my childhood in a nutshell. They say the Bible is the way to of life, right? Whether you believe or not, that's up to you. I'm just saying that's what they say, right? Like the Bible is the way of life. There's another like Bible in a television show, and it was a show on Boy Meets World. It was an episode. I think it was called Speed Trap. Corey had just gotten his license, and he wants to get away from his father, and they're going to go on a joyride, and the father from the Wonder Years is the judge. And it's just, man, if you watch that episode, there's such a lesson to be learned. How life is a speed trap. And we take it for granted and we blink and it's over. And Boy Meets World, Speed Trap. I forgot what season. I forgot the episode. If you ever have 25 minutes, there's got to be a way to view that episode. It's called Boy Meets World, Speed Trap, I believe is the name of it. Or at least it should come up. But you watch that episode, you'll look at life differently. I don't know where I was going with that, but that's what they did, guys. I'm not going in left field with a hockey stick. We spent 10 minutes watching Macaulay Culkin and Topanga and Eric and reliving some 90s. I love the nostalgia. But then we went into a bunch of D-listers. We started shouting out every non-celebrity in the building. We started going to wrestlers. Every single wrestler that wasn't booked on the show was in attendance. There was a hilarious part. Did you guys see when Michelle McCool stood up? Valkyria thought that she was going to be right next, and she thought that Michelle McCool was blocking her camera view. So Michelle is like going to sit down, and you see Val like this, like, get me in the shot. Val didn't know that we were first going to like Whale or something, and then we were coming back. And then she's like, oh, what? I didn't even know there was a camera on me. Oh, hi. It's like Valkyria was thirsty for some airtime, bro. Thirsty for that airtime. And then there was an awesome moment where Nikki Garcia was on camera. And I'll tell you why that's awesome. Almost 200 on the ups. I keep forgetting to even mention that. My replay unit, you better smash that. Because I'm screwed up with my live unit. I keep forgetting to mention. Guys, if you don't mind, I need a handful of you guys to bump that over 200, please. I appreciate that big time. Nikki Bella and Brie, they had a big falling out with WWE. Big. Like, they didn't even want nothing to do with the Bella name anymore. Forget about it. We're the Garcias. They went over to AEW. Brie Bella firmly behind Bryan Danielson. Probably why you didn't see Brie. I don't know. Probably many reasons. But to see Nikki on WWE television and just to have that door back open in that relationship, I thought was really cool. Thank you guys. Over 200 on those ups. Let's take this to 300 on a Tuesday afternoon with 0 seconds of notice. I just fucking love that. But yeah, dude, it was really cool to see Nikki Bella Garcia on our TVs. Even if you don't like the Bellas, I understand, guys. But if you knew the falling out and how tumultuous it became, it was pretty cool. It was a good moment. Yeah, Larry, Nikki, it was good to see her again. Yeah, even if you weren't a big fan, I get it. But I honestly, that was, you never say, I always say they're always coming back, right? I said that about CM Punk. I took a lot of heat for it. BC got fired on his wedding day. He's never coming back. I said, chill out. He's coming back, bro. I saw the Warrior and Hogan come back. You have no idea the heat that they had between them and Vince. They always come back. But Nikki was one of those that I thought was going to take years and years. So it was cool. I just want to spend a minute on that. Now, speaking of the ladies, after we were done with all of and we weren't done. We were going to do more shout-outs, more filler, more commercials coming up. But the women's championship match was next. This was champion Liv Morgan taking on challenger Rhea Ripley. When it was all said and done, BC was actually shocked. Not that Rhea got the championship, but for another reason. So both gals looking beyond sexy. They always do. I mean, Rhea just looked even extra last night. I don't know what the fuck. Buddy Matthews, Murphy Matthews. He's probably having the time of his life right now. Kid in a candy store, pig and shit. She was looking beyond. Obviously, Liv Morgan always does. But it was at that moment, guys, I had an epiphany. I thought about something. And I'm being serious because I don't know all the country codes. I don't know the laws and the rules. I barely know my own in my state, my own country. Does this mean, just looking at how sexy Liv and Rhea was, and I'm honestly asking you guys, man, because I'm hoping this is not the case. Does this mean that the Royal Rumble 2026, all 30 ladies have to be covered? They can show no ass sets? Like, I'm being serious. Does that mean that the Royal Rumble, every female is coming down covered and we can't see any, like, no sexiness popping off? Marie says yes. Hassan says most probably. Savage 1024 the Punisher 22 months membership, 2 away from the VIP golden coffee card, a diamond channel member. Savage, a longtime subscriber as well. Hogan got booed for obviously the right reason. CM Punk stole the show as always. That's a Netflix show to remember, and I'm a CM Punk guy. So yeah, Savage has been a longtime CM Punk fan, so of course he loved that finish. Savage, it's not being well received in the community, and that's not coming from just BC. I'm doing one of the last reviews. But since Raw went off the airwaves, it's not getting received well at all. And again, I'm one of the last to review it, so that goes to show you. But yeah, congratulations, Savage. CM Punk did the deed, bro. We'll talk about that. That's coming up at hour 3. I haven't gotten over that yet. We're still in hour 2. I appreciate the 22 months, bro, of channel membership. Ty Mellon says yes. Larry says, yup, the women will have to be covered. Joseph Ramos, sounds like it. Yes, it is, says Hano. Diamante mostly. Really? Fuck, man. Damn, dude. So basically, I have to watch this thing at noon or whatever. Royal Rumble next year, I have to somehow remember it's noontime. Are we going to have that same excitement for WrestleMania season with Royal Rumble on at noon for a lot of us? And then I got to watch all 30 ladies covered fucking neck to toe. Damn it, dude. Full body suits. That sucks. Can Saudi maybe change in a year? Maybe get a little, right? Maybe some arms. I wonder what happens if they did, man. It sounds pretty strict, right? Freaking poor Liv Morgan accidentally shows an arm. She's being thrown off a plane. What is? My goodness, you can't show anything? Natty's got knockers to provide to all of us. Rhea's got to show off some assets. All right. I'm having some fun. But I really did think that, guys. I'm like, wait a second. If we're in Saudi, the women, I mean, we're not going to see it like Liv and Rhea looking like they did tonight, right? That's what I was thinking last night. JT said, no, they don't play over there with the skin thing. Oh, man. Well, okay. Well, 30 covered ladies. It's going to be a different experience, man. Now, back to the match itself. Ripley, as expected, oh, hold on. Big Nang, 2-spot coffee, a 30-women Power Rangers Royal Rumble match. Oh, Big Nang. I can always count on you, brother. Because that's what I always think that, and I always keep that out of the notes. I don't say the joke. But from here on out, Big Nang, I don't know how it's not going to be referred to as the Power Ranger Rumble. The Ranger Rumble. Now all I'm going to see is 30 Power Rangers. Thanks a lot, Big Nang. Oh, man, I will absolutely be roasted if the final 2 look at each other and go, look at the hard cam. Back to each other. Back to the hard cam. It's morphin' time. And then they just go at it. I don't know. This review has went off the rails, man. Much love to every single one of you guys, man. You make this so much fun. I don't even care if it goes off the rails. That's what this channel's about. We're the little ECW channel. We just do the opposite of everything you're supposed to do. Fuck it. The Ranger Rumble. I'd bring back Vince McMahon for one narration. I don't care if nobody wants to see him around. I just want him to go, welcome to the Ranger Rumble. It's morphin' time. What time is it, doofus son-in-law? Morphin' time, daddy-in-law. That's right, doofus. You're such a doofus. Shut up, man. I'm making us money. What did you say? Nothing. I love you. All right, let's get back on track, guys. I didn't go over the winner of this title match. And it's because Ripley, as expected, defeated Liv Morgan via double riptide pinfall. And no! Times like this, I wish we had Howard Finkel back. This guy was the best when a title would change hand and you hear hands and you heard that and no! It's fucking goosebumps, man. So Rhea Ripley wins this. Rhea Ripley wins this championship. I think it was always expected. The Ranger. Are you guys still cracking up on the Ranger Rumble? That is funny, man. Big Nang. I thought of it in the past, but now Big Nang just exploded it. Now I can't unsee it now. I can't unsee it. Can't unsee it. It's the Ranger Rumble. Now, Ripley wins this title. Post-match, Ripley delivers a riptide to Dominic Mysterio. I got to be honest with you guys. This was not the pop, and I always am, but this is like amplified honesty. Because it may not be what a lot of people want to hear, right? Big Rhea Ripley supporters, I hear you. It was not the pop that I thought she'd get. One, it's twofold, right? One, it's probably a lot of Liv Morgan fans. Two, the realization that there's nothing left for Rhea to chase now. So I'm guessing it's twofold, right? Everyone was simultaneously thinking, uh-oh, that was the culmination. Like, what's left for Rhea? Charlie's just going to come back now. And if they don't do Charlie taking Tiffany's title, which better not happen, because it's Tiffy time, not Charlie time. So what's left? Because you know they're going to throw her in a title match instantly. So now she's just going to take Ripley's. And they've done this before at Mania. They had a really good matchup. And they're still pissed off that they were not given the main event. So this could be HHH going, you know what, this time you do it again and we'll give you the main event. I'm not down with that, guys. And then it's just for Charlie to take Rhea's title now. I think there was a lot of reasons why Rhea didn't get the pop that a lot of us were expecting. Undertaker's gong hits, then right into the American Badass theme. Taker rides out, does a lap around the ring, then daps Ripley. And they both walk/ride off into the sunset. Or at least to Gorilla, where Hunter's probably waiting there to do a poke picture. Hey, can I poke you in my picture? Rhea's like, what? No, I just want to do my finger poke. You're like, hey, look it. Because Hunter always has to be the first thing you see when you step through the curtain, man. That's just another thing I did like about Vince. He just sat at Gorilla. You wouldn't even know if he enjoyed your shit or not because he's just being a prophet. He's like got his eyes locked on Hunter's jumping up and like, man, let's take a picture. I'm like, you a fucking teenage girl going to first day of high school, or are you the COCCOOOOO? I don't know how many initials this guy has. So, Rhea Ripley, new champion. Guys, chat, yes or no? Are you down with that decision? Would you rather Liv or Rhea? Just give me one name in that chat. Liv or Rhea? If you're the booker, who's going into Mania with that title? Would you guys have had Liv Morgan hold that title, or is it better suited with Rhea Ripley? I'm going to take a second, enjoy my coffee, and let you guys sound off. Kind of split, I would think. A little more Livs, I think. A lot more Livs. While you guys are going off on that, I got to give a shout out over to JT McDaniel. JT McDaniel, a couple of coffees, 10 spot. JT, let me give you a salute before I read that, man. Appreciate you big time. That's a double coffee from JT. I've been a sub since about 2016. It's right around when we started this thing, got in a little bit of trouble, had to boot the channel, and then we came back stronger. Of course, by then it was adpocalypse, so we started this creating on this channel, on this platform at the worst of times, man. But you guys stuck with me through it all, man. JT McDaniel says, remember when we were damn near begging for Naomi to get pushed? Good times. JT McDaniel, do I ever, dude. It's one of our proudest accomplishments on the channel is we all banded together and we started a little movement for Naomi, and a few months later she got the championship. I'm not saying it was just us, but I think we had a big part in that. And I remember Naomi. She actually thanked us, guys. And because people were sending her stuff and going, dude, we're behind you. And she was like, this is what I needed right now. Thank you guys so much. And that meant a lot to all of us. I know that Naomi appreciated what we were trying to do. And finally, the company said, yeah, what are we doing, dude? Charlie's got 14 titles. She's been here less than you have. Naomi was there longer, is just as athletic. Don't tell me Charlie's that much better on a microphone. She gets really robotic, trust me. Naomi's been there at that point longer. She's just as good as a fucking wrestler. How does she have no titles and Charlie's going toward her dad's record? It didn't feel right. It didn't fit right. No. So she finally won the title, and that was one of our best, proudest moments, JT. Pushing Naomi to that finish line. Because I hate to say deserves it. I can't stand that, because these days everybody deserves it. You could be with the company for 1 week. You deserve it. And Braun Breaker gets a title. Braun Breaker just got there. Stop. Gunther, he gets his first championship. You deserve it. Stop. But yeah, Naomi literally deserved it. JT McDaniel, man, I appreciate the support for basically since we started the channel. Creating anyway. A lot of you guys said Liv. A lot of that crowd was also going Liv Morgan. That was pretty evident. But the Undertaker trying to give her a big rub, I thought that was a smart decision. A little bit of nostalgia with a little bit of new school. A little bit of old school with new school. Not passing a torch per se, but just giving that daps. One badass to another, as I think how Michael Cole put it. Or was it Pat McAfee? But it was true. So I didn't mind that booking decision at all by Hunter Hearst Helmsley. Miles Angel with a 5-spot coffee. Kayfabe is long gone. Been long gone. Last night showed that, and it's sad. Miles Angel, that is one of the things that has destroyed pro wrestling greatly. The Rock we had restored that with the final boss character. And then for some reason last night instantly just squashed it. I'm not just blaming him, but no storyline progression. There was a lot of things last night where it was like, whoa, what is happening, man? And it just added on, Miles. I always say it. If you totally kill kayfabe, wrestling's done. You can't totally kill it. It doesn't matter if it's year 2025 or year 2065. Fucking 2135. It doesn't matter what the year is. You have to have kayfabe. That's what wrestling is built upon. It's founded upon that. Miles Angel. Anyway, point is, could not agree more, and that was severely lacking last night. But it has been, let's be honest. That's one of the biggest issues. So let me continue on for hour 2, guys. Was that the end of hour 2? Nope. At this point, okay, it was at this point, actually. So Rhea just won the title, Undertaker and her right off to the sunset. It was at this point I was getting word of 2 separate complaints. Flooded with 2 separate complaints. I had people there live that were not happy with the stalling in the filler that they were witnessing live. And then I was also hearing complaints from the TV audience, frustrated with the amount of commercials and filler. BC was one of those, by the way. So, at that point, it's like the Hunter era is just the make bank era, right? They're just literally everything that Vince created. Their mission now is just to cash in nonstop. But at this point, as we were ending hour 2, there was a lot of complaints from the live crowd and a lot of the TV crowd that the filler was just too much. And I felt the same. Hour number 2 ends with Jason Uso's entrance. He comes through the crowd with rapper Travis Scott, who is literally smoking a J as he's coming to the ring. He's literally Now, listen. Okay. We used to watch Stone Cold bring beer trucks to the ring, down a 30-pack, jump in his pickup truck and take off to who knows where, right? So watching The Rock down his tequila and jumping his pickup truck, I'm not smart, right? Stupid shit you do when you're 21. Unfortunately, you don't do that when you're 50-something. Travis is smoking. They're trying to make it a party atmosphere, right? Rock is hanging out in the parking lot with tequila, saying hi to everybody. It's like the beginning of Dazed and Confused. Everybody's just hanging out, smoking, whatever. Travis Scott is... And I'm like... Here's my problem with it. You guys are never going to... You probably didn't think of this, but you're going to now that I mention it. My problem is you probably have 3 lifelines a year, I would say, with Netflix over the next 10 years, right? 3 lifelines. What I mean by that is they're going to get really edgy about 3 times. And what I mean is like parents and they are going to complain about something, right? WWE did something and they're not happy. WWE's going to hear about it, be reprimanded. Netflix is going to hear about it, probably reprimand themselves and whoever's in charge. But you get about 3 of those a year, and there should be no harm, no foul with all the recommendations. Hopefully I'm saying that. More coffee, PC. All the slaps on the wrist, you get about 3. We just wasted one on somebody that's not even a pro wrestler. Did we really need to see Travis Scott push the envelope? Because now you know you can't get edgy for a long time now. It's going to be a long time. I would rather a pro wrestler do something that was wild and outside the box. Travis Scott needed to smoke a fucking blunt down the crowd because you know they're going to get a lot of heat for that. That's my complaint. I would have said, okay, if you really need somebody to smoke, make it a manager or some, I don't know. You can't have one of your talents. You can't have one of your talents because that's not good. Because then they have to wrestle. But I say 3 times a year, right? I mean, USA kind of followed that model. They would try not to do it too much. Netflix, even though it's streaming, they don't want that many complaints. Travis Scott just had enough complaints for probably the rest of the year. I just don't know why that needed to be on the show. So it's not old guy on the bench, pissed off, get out of my yard. It's just, damn, if you're going to do that, make it meaningful for a purpose. Travis Scott, that's just how he is, BC. He gives no fucks. Okay, well, he's smoking a blunt down around chill. You see the kids? There's kids like trying to reach out. Ma, I want that. And parents are like, stop, Ben. That's not a candy cigarette. Kids are trying to reach out for the fucking doobie. I don't know, guys. Chat. You're creating this show. Do you put that on the show or do you not? Yes or no? No judgment, man. There's no. Do you put it on the show or not? Yes or no, chat. Simple, one word. Yes or no? Are you putting Travis Scott's blunt smoking on your television product? A lot of you guys are going like, nah, there's no purpose. Hell no. Hell no. I got a lot of hell no's. Eric Leno, what up, dude? Nah, no. Hell no. No. Reggie, yeah, the Travis Scott part I didn't care for. Prime Killer, no. No. Delano, Dave, JT, McDaniel says no. I wouldn't put Travis Scott blunt smoking on TV unless it's EC dub. EC. Yeah, then it totally fits, Giorgio. Yeah, I think that's the thing. It didn't fit. It's with Jason Uso, the ultimate promotion for kids. Guys, it's all about the yeeting in the kids, right? I mean, I guess there's adults that are yeeting for 10 minutes every show, but I mean, mostly the kids are really enjoying this yeeting. So that's what was weird. You're putting all the kids are like, yeah, yeet, ma, I want to smoke that. What is it? And parents are flipping out. I mean, you see this when he's coming down the aisle. So I think that's what was weird. It didn't fit. You know what I mean? Like Stone Cold is throwing a beer bash because he hates Vince McMahon and the corporation. But what is Yeet Master doing? I don't know. I guess that it didn't make sense. And isn't that what we always say about Hunter's product? Hunter Hearst Helmsley does things to do things. It's just weird to me. So the act itself didn't totally outrage or shock me. It was just, we just used one of the lifelines now, and it wasn't even for a pro wrestler. So there goes one of our, edgy lifelines that WWE could have had in their pocket. And then on top of that, just doesn't make sense with the Yeet Master. So whatever, man. I don't know, man. I'm guessing they got yeeted afterwards, though. But that was the end of hour 2, just watching Jey Uso and Travis Scott come to the ring. I put this in my notes. What am I doing? I can't flip yet. This was easily one of the worst paced shows I have ever witnessed. I put that in my notes at the end of hour 2. This was one of the worst paced shows I've ever witnessed. The only one worse than that was probably Friday Night SmackDown. That was a horribly paced show with a lot of time issues and filler. I hope this doesn't become a trend. Then we went into hour number 3. Jason Uso versus Drew McIntyre. BC turning PG on us. Yes, I know. I got to come out smoking blunts to be edgy again. King Jay, I got to start smoking live on streaming. I got to be edgy, guys. That'll definitely get me farther along with the tube. They already fucking love me, clearly. They love promoting me and putting me in recommendation boxes. Sarcasm. No, they don't. I definitely got to, I got to do that. King Jay needs a blunt. King Jay needs a blunt to be edgy. You gotta be edgy. Fired up. We go to hour number 3. Jason Uso versus Drew McIntyre. Even though everyone wants to be participating in the yeeting, half the crowd was actually pulling for Drew McIntyre. Literally. Who do you guys think should have won this, first of all, Drew or Jey Uso? Before I go over the finish, one name in the chat. Who wins this, Drew or Jey Uso? If you're booking this, who do you think wins this? You can even put how. Yeah, a lot of Drew McIntyres. I feel the same. Yep. Same boat, guys. A lot of Drew McIntyres. Jason Uso winning this thing, man. And the way that he won it, I'm not seeing it. Most Drew Mac. Is there any Jason Usos? I don't think so. It's all Drew McIntyre in my chat. Yeah, I agree. I mean, I was waiting for some. There's no way Drew can. You're trying to finally build this dude as a monster heel. There's no way you can have this dude lose. Not the way that he did, especially. The way that he did that, there is no way that's going to... How do you save Drew McIntyre? I mean, the dude got rolled up. Did I even go through this yet? Hold on. Let me go through this. I just want to know, if you guys were booking this, where would you go with it? So, half the crowd is pulling for Drew McIntyre. That should have told you something, right? Let's go, Jay. Let's go, Drew chants. It was 50-50. That was an actual chant during the match. The stupidest finisher ever. Uso kicks out of a Claymore. He just kicked out. Super Jay. He's doing super spears and pinning people off of spears. So all of a sudden, Jey Uso became super Us. And now he just kicked out of a Claymore, guys. Jey Uso is kicking out of Claymores. So then Drew's like, all right, I'll deliver a second one. And Jay just ducks it and rolls Drew up. And Drew, the size, I want you guys to think about the size of Drew McIntyre. And he could not get one of his shoulders a centimeter up. Jay actually rolled him up and pinned Drew McIntyre. This was... I want you guys to know the crowd was like, huh? I mean, I would say go back and check it out, but I'm going to save you and just trust BC on this. The crowd was like, huh? What? They had no idea, like, was that truly the finish? Michael Cole, if you listen to Cole's reaction, he couldn't even try to sell or hype this finish. He couldn't do it. Or maybe he was burnt out by that point, screaming every celebrity's name off, but he didn't even try to sell this match. And then we instantly went backstage, guys. I forgot what promo we went to. Maybe that was the Chad Gable thing, setting up the Penta match for next week. He's the big surprise for those that don't know. They did the Penta name last night, but they didn't actually debut him. So Penta is going to be next week against Chad Gable. He'll be in something with, obviously, Rey Mysterio will be out there. There'll be interference with the Creed brothers. Trust me, Hunter's booking is pretty easy to Nostradamus at this point, to predict. But it was incredibly pointless. But I'm not sure anybody is even going to care, because all everybody's going to hear about is the guy who was smoking a doobs on air, right? That's all everybody was talking about anyway. So I guess Jey Uso versus Drew McIntyre doesn't even matter. But I can't believe they had Drew McIntyre lose like that, man. What in the fucking... Are you serious? Drew McIntyre looked like an idiot. None of that needed to be on the Netflix premiere, man. None of it. Gruss 512. Penta will become just another LWO guy like Dragon Lee. There's no question. There's no way Hunter's... But he doesn't know what to do with Andrade or Escobar or anybody at this point. You think Penta's going to be different? King Jay, of course, Chad Gable will job. Yeah, King Jay, unfortunately. And that's... I can't believe Chad Gable has been on the main roster for this long. As good as he is. This is the prime of his career, his best years. And nobody wants to give this guy the time of day. Big pay-per-view main events. Titles, I always say titles are not needed on individuals. But somebody like Gable, yes, Gable should be racking up titles, victories, being storylines and main events. I can't fathom that Chad Gable is just a hand on the roster. But I said that about Dolph Ziggler many times. Ziggler became a dude that was just about the paycheck, though, unfortunately. He had his mind on other things, comedy, other projects, so he was fine collecting a paycheck. I hope Chad Gable doesn't become that guy. He's too fucking good, man. So that was just a stupid finish, man. Drew McIntyre rolled up. All the equity, any equity that was put into Drew, bye-bye, that was gone. Domino's with the commercial of the night featuring Squid Games. So for you guys that were saying you were not getting a lot of commercials, you missed out on the one good one. Domino's Squid Games. It was hilarious. She messes up the, what do you call it when they're trying to carve out the umbrella, guys? What is that game called? The Squid Game girl, number whatever she was, she's trying to do that, and she breaks the thing. No, it's not called Das Boot, Chris. I'm just playing. I'm playing. What is that game called? Nobody knows the name of that? All right. Well, I'm not going to stall I'm not going to stop the live stream in its tracks. But for anybody that has seen Squid Game, you try to carve out the umbrella or a triangle or a square. I'll just call it the cookie game, Hano. Yeah, I'm just going to call it the Dogna. Is that what it is? Schwave Eats sounds like they know what they're talking about. So I'm going to say it is Dogna. Hopefully I'm saying that correctly. So anyway, she breaks it. Now at this point, she's supposed to be done off, right? She's supposed to be finished. But instead, there's a lifeline pizza that comes down to shoot, and they give her a pizza. And in that it's also a new thing. And it's already carved out, so she wins the game. This is how rough it was, guys. We're talking about a Domino's commercial during the broadcast. This is what it's come to, guys. Salute. Name's BC. I'm out. That's it. The reviews are done. We finally hit. We hit no man's land. Talking about Domino commercials. This is what we're doing. I like the cookie game though, man. No, Malachi, I'm not actually out right now, man. I still have to go over the main event. Well, first of all, before we get to the main event, Hulk Hogan returns. And the crowd is split. Oh, hold on. Joker 716, 2-spot coffee. Word on the street is it's going to be Gable versus Penta. Yeah, Joker 17. That's pretty obvious, though, because Gable and Creed brothers are in this thing with Ray in his... Get a mystery partner soon. So it's Penta. Should be a good match, but I just see Gable losing this, obviously, and then it's just going to lead to a bunch of 6-man tags and weird shit. Amari 316v2 5-spot coffee. Amari says last night's Raw was a soulless corporate garbage. The fact that fans are trying to defend that show just shows how easily fans have accepted trash. Amari, I haven't seen too much defending, but probably on the Doohickey Machine, social, and all that, maybe they are. That's just like really just younger WWE fans. They don't know any better, so they're just loving everything, and they can't believe that people don't like some of these shows or all of them. They can't believe that we're not stroking Hunter's ego. But anybody that has any semblance of knowledge about pro wrestling knows this was not it last night. So Amari 316v2, always just stay clear of that that kind of jazz, man. That'll just make you dumber, Amari. Never take that bait. But yeah, Hulk Hogan, that's what I was leaving off. Thank you guys. So Hulk Hogan comes out. The crowd is, at first it's a massive pop. Then once the music stops, the crowd starts to become more split. And then it's like sheep and herd mentality, right? That kicks in. More boos, and then people are like, oh, I should be booing, right? That's right. And so then they start doing it because most of them, again, popped when his music hit. And then once more boos, and then more boos sounded off. Democrats probably absolutely pissed, right? I mean, they were, and if you know, right? We're not going political, but if you know, a lot of the boos were probably from that. Now, a lot of them also from some stuff that was said back in the day. I'm sure a lot of you guys know what I'm talking about. But we're not getting into that. We're not going to get into politics. But I'm sure a lot of Democrats were pissed because Hulkamania ran wild for the Republican side this election period in the States. So I'm sure that had a lot to do with it as well. So there were several reasons to boo Hulk for people, if that's what they so chose to do. But at first, when the music hit, everybody was just thinking of Hulk Hogan, the wrestler, and the nostalgia. And then all the other jazz kind of seeped in. So Hulk Hogan ended up getting booed pretty solidly. If I'm Hogan, I'm loving it though, man. Sometimes it's not all that bad to get booed, right? And of course, it can be fun. And on top of that, it keeps Hulk polarizing, right? At his age, it keeps him in the spotlight. He's the number one trend this whole 3-hour show. Do you guys realize that Hulk Hogan was the biggest headline coming out of last night? That's not good for your show, by the way. That's not good if your name is Hunter Hearst Helmsley, Paul Levesque McMahon. That's not good if you're Ari Emanuel or Nick Khan. That's bad. But if you're Hulk Hogan, bro, your stock went up. And what are they saying? It's nothing bad. They're saying Hulk got booed. Yeah, Hulk got the biggest reaction of the night next to Macaulay Culkin. I don't know what that says about the show, man. But that's what happened. Boo me, brother, Anas. Let me tell you something. The funniest part, if you guys caught the best part of it was this. I'm nursing it. I could have had this coffee way down, man. I'm trying to nurse it because I can't get to another coffee until the stream is done, damn it. I don't have the amplified Coffee Master 5000 next to me. But the best part was while they're booing him, he's keeping his face promo and he's thanking everybody for sticking by him. And I just thought that was great. I'm like, Hulk doesn't realize he's got to improvise a little bit, man. Like, this was the perfect moment for a Hulk to not turn bad guy or anything. He's trying to hawk his beer. Just so you guys know, that's why he was out there. He was trying to hawk his All-American beer. He came to a big agreement with WWE, a massive deal between the two. So you're going to be seeing a lot more Hulk Hogan, a lot more of his promotion, a lot more of his beer. But it was just hilarious. But you could have still hawked your beer and still like kind of just kind of jabbed back with the fans. Who you booing, brother? Don't make me go into those stands, brother. Like, I would have played it up so much. It would have been even more fun. But whatever, man. What you gonna do, brother? He no-sold the booze. Lloyd, that's the best way to put it, man. Hulk no-sold the booze. He just kept going with his... he's like, I love you guys too, man. I'm like... Hulk, you gotta read the room, man. You gotta read the room. Maybe he was taking some Travis Scott meds. I don't know, man, but he's gotta read the room a little better because they're booing you. You're getting one of the best reactions of the night. You know, they're making more noise now for you than most people out there. Anyway, before we get to the main event, that's what happened. Hulk came out, got absolutely booed. I think I put that as my thumbnail. I think in my thumbnail I put like, so how did it go? How'd the show go? Hulk Hogan was the number one headline still to this morning, man. Now it's afternoon. What's up, Jasmine? How you doing? That was great. Okay, main event, CM Punk, Sethington, Rollins. I kept you guys here, almost 2 hours. Damn. Appreciate you guys big time, man. Replay unit, you're going to be heavy on this over the next 24 to 48 hours. We went live with 0 seconds of notice, and you guys are rocking it out toward 300 on the ups live. Started this late morning into the afternoon on 0 seconds of notice. I need the replay unit to pack some amplification, man. Appreciate you guys big time. CM Punk, Sethington. This was such an odd environment. It was so quiet for most of this match. Were you guys thinking the same thing, or did you even think about it? Or was it not until just now BC mentioned it? But the crowd for most of this match was quiet. You would have thought they were watching a Broadway play in New York. And I understand, guys, that it's LA, right? Like, LA, sometimes they just sit there and they just watch. But I thought there would be more of an electric energy throughout this match. Maybe they were just burnt out. Maybe the match just wasn't fun enough for them. Maybe it's just LA. Maybe. The finish definitely picked up and even garnered a little "this is awesome" chant. Again, 12 individuals started chanting "fight forever." BC was like, pump the brakes. Do not fight forever. This match is nowhere near that level. Stop it. But the "this is awesome" started toward the end. There was nothing awesome in this match, but at least it picked up. At least fans started to give a reaction. But by then, the match was over. 2 go to sleep. CM Punk pins Sethington Rollins. And then Paul Levesque's little stupid credit pops up. Paul Levesque. Just missing the McMahon. Paul Levesque, executive producer. He wants you to know, right? He wants to start the show. He's going to finish the show. And then we go off the air. Now, I totally agree with the finish. Punk could not lose this more than Seth couldn't lose it. That's just the truth, guys. Punk could not lose this. But you have to finish the show with a monster cliffhanger, not just a cliffhanger, a monster cliffhanger. Guys, we got no cliffhanger. Not even a monster one. We got no cliffhanger at all. We ended the show with Punk beating Rollins and Paul Levesque's name popping up, so you know that he is in charge and he produced this garbage. And again, Punk should win. That's not my problem. And at least the match picked up toward the end. So I'm not going to totally shit on the match at all. But this is it's the Netflix era, right? People are calling this the real beginning to the Hunter Hearst Helmsley era. Forget everything else you saw. This is Hunter's era. This is the Netflix era. This is the new beginning. Oh, it's all changing tonight. And we ended it with no cliffhanger. There's no story progression. There's nothing to look forward to next week. There's no reason to go, oh my God, I can't even wait till next week. I mean, is it Monday yet? Nothing. Guys, a lot of you guys saw the show last night, right? There's hundreds in here live. 2 hours into this damn stream, there's hundreds in here live. I know a lot of you guys saw this. Weren't you thinking like, whoa, that's it? What? I'm like looking through my notes. I'm like, maybe I did miss something. Maybe the show didn't end. It's the mutual filler era. JJ Bulldog, I love it. Like mutual respect. Let's merge the two. Mutual filler era. I like it. And that weird guy, Lee Fitting, says Josh Carlos 98. That's right. They added Lee Fitting back on for one show. He was taken off for other reasons. There was no cliffhanger or anything. James Shrimp Fajitas, dude. There was. I tell you who wasn't rocking. James Shrimp Fajitas, Hunter and WWE for that finish, or for the show finish. I don't know what they were thinking, or they just were not thinking. Alicia, you want to know what I was hoping for? I knew it wasn't going to happen, but this is my creative thinking. And they could have done this. They could have flashed a lot of cash, and I don't care if you got to really plead, not beg, but plead, even if it's one night only for AJ. But I was really hoping that somehow Becky, because Becky's returning imminently, I was hoping that Becky would interfere, and then AJ Lee hits the ring. That's a finish, and that's a cliffhanger. Because now, I kind of want to see this mixed tag match. I kind of want to see Punk and AJ Lee versus Becky Lynch and Sethington Rollins. Husband and wife versus husband and wife, the ultimate clash. Saturday night's main event, end of the month. Or at the Rumble. Punk could pull double duty. But I know it wasn't going to happen. But how cool of a moment would that be? First, you get Becky back, because Becky has had enough of CM Punk. She's constantly got to hear about Seth. Seth's enraged. Becky's not happy with him. And then, dude, this is a big night for Punk. Did you think AJ Lee was not backstage? Oh, she ain't going to have it. AJ Lee's music hits, right? I forgot. What is it? What's her theme? Fuck, whatever it is. Light it up, light it up, light it up, light it up. AJ, right? Light it up. And she comes skipping fucking toodles and doodles and fucking rainbows and cookies are fucking shitting off from the sky. And here comes AJ Lee. The brawl is, okay, hey, Hunter, that's a brawl you can book. Let the show go off there. Everybody's talking about AJ Lee and Becky's return. Dude, you think CM Punk and Seth is over? You think Seth taking that L is it? No, Seth instantly saves face, by the way, because nobody's talking about his loss. We're talking about the next chapter. Now it's even bigger and better. I get goosebumps from my own booking. Unfortunately, I'm not booking. Hunter Helmsley has the pen. So this is what we get. Seth loses. Punk is like, did I win? I win? The CM Punk, and then Hunter's name pops up, and that's it. We go off the air. And that, guys, is your Monday Night Raw Netflix debut review amplified. And I did it in just less than 2 hours. Appreciate you guys, man. It's been a wild, fun 2 hours. I'm so glad the stream held up. We had inclement weather. We've been having technical issues for some reason the last 3 months, I'd say. And some of them are just hard to resolve. So I'm glad that we're able to rock out. I got to make sure I got all my supers, man, before I end this stream. Joker 716, Amari. These are all my supers, man. I just want to make sure you guys are shouted out. Joker 716, Amari 316 V2, Miles Angel, JT McDaniel, Big Nang, Giorgio Arcade, Dino, welcome back. Big Nang, man. All I'm going to think now is the Power Ranger Rumble. Big name Q Machiavelli, J, Strict Tango, Nando, Mondo, Adam Casper. Yeah, it did not have the fear of missing out factor at all, Adam Casper. Mark with a 10-spot double coffee. Anthony Boley was up in here, longtime subscriber and channel member. David the Ring, appreciate you. These Myths with a couple coffees. Mark Chisholm, Taz Devil, 666. These Myths, as I said, a couple. Elias Diaz with a coffee. Dante Jaron 23. Joker 716 with a couple of coffees. Jane Donnelly kicking us off with a coffee. Angel Scratch Show. Whew. A lot of coffees chucked at the channel, man. Man, do I appreciate you guys big time. Guys, thank you. Live chat. Let me go back to my live chat. Thank you guys, man. This has been a lot of fun. I hope you enjoyed and were captivated by the review. Hopefully I entertained you guys while dropping massive facts. We never want to just rip the product apart for ripping it apart. We want these shows to be good. That is our mission statement. That's our goal. And that is why we are so passionate and amplified, because we want these shows to be better. We want the best for Hunter Hearst Helmsley and his booking, his creative. That way we get a better show, better product, better company, and the fans are happier. And everybody wins. That's the mission statement. That's the goal. So hopefully, I don't know, man. This was not a good start. And again, I'm one of the last ones to review this show. I'm telling you guys that the word in the community is a lot of people were just not happy with this. Underwhelmed was actually a good word you guys were using. And that shouldn't be the case. What does next week bring? We don't know, because there was no cliffhanger and there was no storyline progression last night. I have no idea. We were hoping last night was going to just catapult a bunch of stuff for Mania season and heighten our excitement levels. It didn't do that. Anyway, guys, Ty Mellon, I appreciate the kind words, man. I appreciate you. Flip, salute to you. Lloyd, appreciate it. Hassan, I appreciate the words, man. Great stream because of you guys in it. Adam Casper, appreciate it. Awesome review because of you guys, man. Thank you, Sir Charles. I didn't even get to shout out Sir Charles, who was up in here. Coffee status. Sir Charles, thank you. Marie! Edgy, thank you. Always fun to have the live chats. Happy New Year. I am almost afraid for next week. Yeah, I don't get to do many live streams, but when I am able to do a live stream, I love it. You guys come up hard, man. And what's cool is that it's all my favorite people. Even on 0 seconds of notice, I give no notification that I'm going live. You guys literally have to be subbed and notified to know instantly. I give no notice, and my favorite people are always somehow able to find it within about 10 minutes. And that's what fills up these chats. So I thank you guys, man. Eddie Brash is up in here. What up, Eddie? WWE, AEW, Marvel fan. James Shrifajitas, keep rocking, dude. King J, what about the New Day? Yeah, New Day was funny backstage. They were I wanted to actually see a segment with them in ring. I think they could have had a lot of fun with the LA crowd. But I think they were only backstage, right? But they were dressed to the I mean, they were in tip-top form. I feel if Hunter gave them more material last night, the New Day could have amplified their storyline going forward. Instead, you didn't really see too much that was worthy to talk about. I think it was just some backstage stuff. But I was loving the New Day backstage, and I was like, oh, dude, give them something. Let them go to the ring. I don't think they did, unless it was when I was getting my 1,000 advertisements and commercials. JJ Bulldog. Kofi Kingston called out Travis Scott. Yeah, that was just one of them. They were involved in a couple of segments backstage. That's what I mean. Do that in the ring then, bro. New Day was dressed late, and they just had this look to them. This feel, like they were feeling it, right? Santivia Major. Appreciate the word, Santivia. I'm glad I was able to shout you out before I finish this up. Cross Fry at 512. Jasmine, no dough. Yeah. Rich Poe, I just wish I guess in that aspect, I would have rather the filler than the commercial to see some more New Day. Yeah, I didn't. New Day was some of the best backstage promos. I don't know what that's saying, to be honest with you. Guys, we just hit 2 hours. I wanted this to go under 2 hours. We just hit over 2 hours. It is what it is. We had a fresh coffee. We had a lot of good conversation, a lot of good chat, a lot of good discussion, a really kick-ass review, the most honest you're going to get in the community. And we just went over 2 hours. It is what it is. Now go about your days, rock them out, knock them out, get amplified, stay amplified, drink coffee, whoop ass, 44 dive. That's a wrap. Until next time, and there will be that next time. Top guys, we are out. BC in the unit. Saying, check you. Deuces, oozes. Give a shout out to my Usos. Check you guys. Salute.